All right, what's going on, y'all? Welcome into this video. I am very excited that you guys are watching this. A bit of who I am. So my name is Noah Arnold, and I help entrepreneurs who are stuck at a revenue ceiling scaled to 30 to 40K a month without a KPI driven program. A little less than a year ago, I scaled my agency to 6 figures at 18 years old. But before that, I was stuck for around 8 or 9 months. I probably spent about 8 or 9K on mentorships and courses at that point, but I just couldn't figure out how to truly scale my agency to the point that I wanted it to be at. As soon as I learned about the 10.0 entrepreneur method, it changed everything. Scaling became a lot more streamlined and easy. It wasn't the KPI driven programs, nor was it the Instagram funnel course. And that same 10.0 entrepreneur method got my latest company to 10K a day in less than 30 days. So who do I help? Align Entrepreneur Academy is made to help online entrepreneurs like agency owners, coaches, and consultants who are currently hitting a revenue ceiling, earning 5 to 15K per month, or have seen success with a few paying clients easily earn 30 to 40K a month. So what I'm about to show you is exactly what my student Hoku implemented. He was stuck at 3K per month and scaled to 28.5 thousand in just 30 days with his coaching business. And keep in mind, he's only 17. So maybe you're making good money, but you still feel like you don't deserve it. And you've reached a revenue goal, but it all came down because of an internal thing that you're facing right now. Money isn't going to solve the issues that you're facing inside, and you're starting to realize this. This is who this academy is for. Many people get into business because they're trying to run away from who they really are, making them unaligned with their 10.0 self and building a business in weak foundations, which will eventually fall. You don't need another KPI driven program or a funnel course. You need to be addressing your internal state. Internal state equals external reality. If your internal state is in complete shambles, you're making money but you low-key hate yourself, what makes you think you can scale further than where you are right now? This is exactly what I went through, and it was the root cause of what was keeping me complacent. So how do we do this? We make this happen through our signature process, the 10.0 entrepreneur method, which revolves around you not having to buy another business program with stuff you already know you need to do, but instead buy a much deeper topic that you have not addressed. By effectively realigning yourself with the version of yourself that makes 40K a month, being the master of your own mind instead of fighting against it, getting clients seamlessly by focusing on authenticity, creating content you want to make, and not self-sabotaging every single day. Unlike traditional methods, KPI driven programs, funnel courses, reading more books, it's much deeper than just being disciplined. Most gurus don't teach this because they themselves haven't addressed this. Money is easy to make. You know this. You can increase ad spend tomorrow, make more content to get leads in. You have the funnel there, but there's a reason you're not taking action on it, or you're still feeling like crap even though you're getting what you've prayed for. After creating the 10.0 self, then embedding this 10.0 self into their newly reprogrammed subconscious, and finally stemming every single action and behavior from this 10.0 self image while raising their standards each time they hit a new revenue goal, is exactly what helped my student Alex, who had his standards set so low that he couldn't scale past 1K a month with his agency, to now doing 5K a week consistently with his new coaching offer after creating 10.0 standards. And the cherry on top, he bought his very first Rolex, which is super fire. Also Kai with his media company, who was stuck closing nearly 0 deals, maybe 1 or 2 every other month. Then after he aligned his current version with the 10.0 self-image that we created for him, he closed 8 pay-in-fulls in the first 2 weeks. Also, my student Daniel raised his standards from 3K a month to 10K per month minimum. Now he's closing 3K pay-in-fulls left and right. He's done nearly 13K in less than 2 weeks, and his monthly run rate is looking like 35,000 per month. Like I said, it is the exact same method that I use to get my new consulting business to 10K a day in less than 30 days. I could spend the next 20 minutes going over results, but I'd rather show you how to do this so you can do it too. I mentioned the steps briefly, but it's a concept that can be difficult to grasp if your mind has been so systemically programmed. But here we go. First things first, you need to map out your desire. More so, you need to design the ideal version of yourself who has everything that you desire. If you don't have a target for what you're aiming to achieve, the odds of you getting there are slim to none. So create your 10.0 self. His appearance, his characteristics, his actions, his forbidden actions. What does he do? What does he not do? What are his values? Once your 10.0 self is created and you know exactly what he looks like and how he maneuvers on a day-to-day basis, then you can begin step 2, embedding the 10.0 self into your subconscious. You need to live in the present moment, but not in the present moment of your current 1.0 self, but trick yourself into acting like the absolute best version of yourself. At first, this will be very difficult. A lot of things will change around you. A lot of problems might arise in your business or in your life in general. This is happening because you are shifting onto a different lifeline. You're raising your frequency, which is causing friction in your current lifeline. A ton of limiting beliefs will come up and you'll feel like you don't deserve the life that the 10.0 version of yourself lives. I can tell you that these things will happen because it has happened to me personally and every single one of my students who has done this properly. Understand that reality is a dual-sided mirror. On one side is the material, the current reality, and on the other is the alternate, the all space, where everything exists simultaneously. Your goal revenue month is on a lifeline on the alternate side of the mirror. And to achieve it, all you have to do is align your current material self-image to the lifeline lifeline that your goal is on. This is exactly what embedding your 10.0 self-image does. You are showing to the mirror the version of yourself that you want materialized. And when you know that reality is simply a mirror, you will also understand that there is a delay. And while this delay takes place is when limiting beliefs and ridicule will come up, but you must stay consistent in embodying this 10.0 self, which brings me to step 3, the final step, adapting to feedback loops. When every breath you take stems from the 10.0 self, when all of your actions and behaviors are stemming from the absolute best version of yourself, you will see results. And you need to ask yourself if you are satisfied with these results. Let's say the lifeline you're trying to attune yourself with is making 40K a month. Once you hit 20K a month, you have to set a new standard, a 10.0 standard. For example, for the most of us, hopefully, if we don't brush our teeth 2 days in a row, we're fairly disgusted with ourselves, right? And we will make sure to clean our teeth until they are pearly white again because of how disgusted we were with ourselves. It is the same concept with scaling our business to a certain revenue goal. If your goal is 40K a month and you're currently doing 5K a month, as soon as you hit 20K a month, your standards will want to pull you back down. This is because you have $5,000 standards. But to fix this, all you have to do is create a new standard at 20K. So anytime you stoop below this number or get close to it, you'll get a fire under your ass that will make you work 10 times harder. We all work out a state of pain. The pain of not being where you want to be is the root cause of working like a madman. So continue to raise your standard each time you hit a new revenue month, and listen to the feedback loops to know when you must raise yourself to a new standard. If you do this properly, there is no telling how much money you'll make or how far you'll go in terms of aligning yourself with the 10.0 version. Remember, if you're not aligned with your 10.0 self, how do you expect to scale past 30K a month? And look, you've probably read Psycho Cybernetics, Think and Grow Rich, and all these other books, but why are you in the same position? You might understand it in your head, but there's a reason you're not operating at that level. I'm sure you guys have seen all these self-help guys on Instagram, but there's a way of doing it to actually make it work. Because I definitely see these guys on Instagram and I'm just thinking, there's no way this actually works. But it's not just mindset, there's a deeper layer. Your frequency needs to align with higher standards. Without setting those 10.0 standards, you will keep hitting that revenue ceiling over and over. And it's the reason your business continues to fall down anytime you hit a revenue goal. At the core of our message is that becoming your 10.0 self and scaling to 30 to 40K a month is not with another guru's program, but by addressing the things you're avoiding or simply cannot see. Becoming your true self, dominating your subconscious mind, things you've heard but have not done and fully soaked in. Why? This is exactly what I teach so you can hit those revenue goals and become the version of yourself that is in pure alignment. So in Aligned Entrepreneur Academy, this is what you can expect. We immediately schedule the first 90-minute personalized tune-up, which is exactly what it sounds like. Plus, it will immediately throw you onto a much higher frequency. On said call, we create your 10.0 entrepreneur roadmap. You have access with me on top of 2 one-on-ones every month for 3 months, plus weekly group calls every Wednesday. You'll have access to the past group calls where we go over anything from scaling with authenticity or sales masterclasses. You'll get access to our tight-knit community with entrepreneurs who have already made it or are just starting off and have the same mission in life just like you. You'll have access to all of the Aligned Entrepreneur Academy modules, the alignment planner and guide, a personalized time blocking sheet, and a vitality kit that I personally ship to your house, all of which valued at $12,000. So with all that out of the way, I appreciate every single one of you who stuck it through this entire video and stayed to the end, and I hope to speak to every single one of you guys in the very near future. Again, thanks for watching. Good luck.